Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And been worthy like 42 on the Lakers.
And once again, it's on. You are rocking with the best. We are the one and only Politics as Usual podcast, where we cover everything NBA related and some sneaker talk. And we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals. It's a lot going on in the association, and we are here. But first, I was told to say this. They was laying me out in the pre-production meeting that we did at 4 o'clock this morning. They said I must tell y'all to follow us on all social media, Politics as Usual Talk on all your social medias. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook. You can find us on MySpace, Black Planet, In Interest, Black People Meet, 1-800, give us a call.
Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle, whatever you need, you'll find us there. I'm at the Groveness, and Mr. Carter is at Mr. A Carter 13. And let me turn it over to him. What's going on, my man?
What's up, Jack? How you doing today, brother? I see you are decked out in all red, white, and blue, brother. I see you.
Protesting. I'm protesting. I'm mad. We ain't in it.
We're far from not in it. We are far from not in it.
Yes, man. I just hope they don't blow this pick they got, man. Just pick the tall guy.
Pick who you're supposed to pick.
Don't try to get fancy. Get the guy who's 6'10", please.
Gilly said, "I'm sick of the process."
Yo, it's over. Yo, that thing is done.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, glad to be on here, my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's before we dive in, you got some kicks with you today?
Yeah, man, I do. I got some of these here LaMelo balls. I got the red ones and the orange one. These are his fancy brand called Le France. More like a lifestyle shoe, man. Reminds me of the old skater joints from back in the day. And sure. I dig these, man. So I'm gonna try to freak them one of these days. But I wanted to share these and say thanks to his team. They always send me good stuff and good folks at Puma. And these joints are mad comfortable, man. So shout out to them. Le France, Puma. Man, he got some Ninja Turtle joints. They won't send me them joints because I'll run them to the ground. I wear them every day. But shout out to them.
Oh man. Even though, brother, I apologize that you're protesting the Knicks.
Yes.
But I'm kind of representing the Knicks today. You
Oh
know?
no. All bets are off with those ones.
You see, I went and got some classics out the vault. Pulled out the Ewings, and I even got a young Spike Lee T-shirt, as you can see, rocking the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Oh, this is too much. This is way too much.
Way too much Knicks stuff. But I went into the vault, got those Ewings, Jack. You got to be. It's one of those pairs of sneakers. If you know, Jack.
Oh yeah, man. Listen,
Jack, you had to be fly to pull these out.
With the basketball, I had them in 4th grade. I had the black and white ones in the 4th grade. You couldn't tell me nothing. And Ice Cube sit on Steady Mob in one of my favorite Ice Cube joints. Hopped out the bed. I put on my white Ewings, dog. Yes, sir. Them things are fire. I definitely got to get a pair of them in my stash.
Classic. Very hard to find, but classic nonetheless.
So they up there too. You can get a pair. They up there. They ain't like the old price.
Yeah.
I read something that he had the most highest selling shoe at the time. He was getting all that revenue.
Because the shoe Ewing is not made by Nike, Reebok.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Ewing Athletics.
Yeah, Ewing man. Athletics. And I interviewed AZ once. And he did a collab with him. I'm gonna see you the Instagram. Oh, them jokes was fire, man. But
Yeah,
shout out to the Ewing Athletics,
they
man.
did a couple. I think Public Enemy had a
Yes,
collab. They had a
yes.
bunch of different collabs. If you go on the website, man. So shout out to Patrick Ewing and Ewing Athletics, Jack.
And you know what? A lot of guys like Kyrie with his brand really. Ewing had is like we don't give him enough credit in the sneaker industry for doing it on his own.
Absolutely, he was kind of ahead of his time at that time.
Most definitely. Yo, I know he got him on tonight though. He's excited about what's happening in the guard. Yo, the footage of those New York people. Yo, basketball. Yo, they love the Giants. They love the Yankees, but they love them Knicks, man.
Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely, Jack. We will get to that here in a second. Let's jump in, Jack. You ready to jump in?
You know it.
So I guess the big news of the day to start it off is as we expected. I think we both this as our pick. Shea Alexander is our 2025 MVP. It was out of SGA, the Joker, and the Greek Freak, and it's weird timing of when they announced
fix that.
the MVP after the OKC Thunder put a whooping on to close out that series. But nonetheless, SGA wins the award, and it was well deserved.
Yeah, man. I think they just didn't want to run that risk of having the Nuggets pull that out. That would be a disaster. Like I think Dirk was maybe the last one. Remember, Dirk got put out in the first round and he won the MVP that year. That was not a good look. And the SGA had one of the most phenomenal seasons a guard has ever had. Like 33 points a game, 6-7 assists, 6-7 rebounds, top-notch defender.
Absolutely.
And his team won 68 wins. If they win the championship, this is going to go down as an all-time season.
Great season, absolutely.
He's going to win all the hardware.
Yeah, chances are, obviously he'll win Finals MVP. Chances are. This is like
a Jordan season. This is like I'm trying to figure the people who had him. LeBron in Miami, all the awards. Like it's so rare that they get them all. But I think the Joker, when he won the championship, Embiid got the MVP.
He did.
So rare that it all happens. But listen, it's falling together from. And I was watching before we got on him with all surrounded by. He's just so cool.
He is one of the coolest dudes in the NBA.
And I heard a great comparison. I don't know if you would agree. They said he's like the modern day Penny Hardaway.
I thought you was going to say somebody else, Jack. I was going further back. As far as his cool, he's the modern day Dr. J to me. As far as the cool, not as far as his play, but just cool. Dr. J was
smooth.
Cool.
And Dr. J still, Dr. J, no matter who's in the building, when he comes in it, he's still the coolest and the smoothest.
Absolutely.
I remember Brandi. You remember I met him on the plane. You know, he's our hero, Sixer fans. I've seen that dude. I never been so starstruck before. He was too cool.
One of the coolest dudes walking this earth, Dr. J, and Shea is that type.
He's cool. You don't sweat. He never sweats. Yo, yeah, man. I'm so excited that it wasn't the vote wasn't as close as they led us to believe it was. He won that kind of handily.
Did he? I didn't see how many points he won by.
I think he had like almost 1,000 first place votes. So it was like a deciding vote. They probably looked at Giannis and Joker, man. Their teams weren't as good. You can't be 17 games behind them and be that close.
Right. And one thing I would like to see is the MVP and the Rookie of the Year and all these different awards. I think these awards should get announced. This crazy show, and my doorbell's ringing, and I know that's only one person. This is a live show. I know who it is. Look, this is a live show. Look, I'm gonna make him get in the camera, Jack. Messing up the live feed. Listen, come on, Jack. Who do you think it is, bro?
I don't even want to say it. I hope it is.
Look. Come on, man. Peek your head around here, man.
I hope it ain't who I think it is.
Crazy show.
Listen, I gotta get on camera.
Yeah.
Yo,
Well, you're on the live feed.
Listen, I just
Oh,
bought my seafood cheesesteaks. Here, buddy.
oh my God.
There you go, buddy.
Yo,
it's live. What are we supposed to do?
First of all, he didn't even give me a shout out. Hold on, how you
I
gonna
heard
come
a
on the
knock,
show?
knock, knock.
Yo, he came on the show, didn't even speak to me. Man,
Yo, he
that's,
didn't
that's
even
why
speak.
Ant-Man. That's why
I'm sorry,
Ant-Man
Mr.
got him
Grove.
out of there. So Ant-Man
Mr. Grove,
got y'all
I'm
out
sorry.
of there. I just saw you Saturday. I just saw you Saturday.
This
my
crazy
God.
show. But what I was going to say is, thank you, Jack. What I was getting ready to say is, I would like to see the MVP and all these awards. I think in between the playoffs and the end of the regular season, Jack. I would like to see them get announced since it's a regular season award, Jack.
Yeah, man. I think you can get right to it, and at least bring me the first round. You know, back in the day, it seemed like back in the day they used to do it. It was so much more. They would. I remember Barkley getting that. I was so glad he had such a year, and he got it in Phoenix. And watching Jordan get it in, But man, now it's so like, hey, he won today. So it kind of took away. You know what I really hated? They was trying to do that show for a couple years. I think Giannis,
NBA awards.
I did not like that. But
half of the people in the vote didn't show up. They was already on vacation.
Yes, you can't. And then they was doing it after the season. I was like, come on.
Right.
So,
right.
man, I wish they would make it a big deal like how I used to do.
Yeah. Let's move on, Jack. Last night, Jack, a matchup that we was looking forward to, the OKC Thunder versus the T-Wolves, didn't turn out to be quite the game that we were hoping it to be. OKC dominated in the first game, Jack.
No. Yes, it did.
Yo, look at him.
Yes, it did.
You hear it? Look, I'm going to make you pull up a chair.
First of all, he's going to share the link.
Supposed to do.
Yo, be done. Share the link. Stop talking.
Tell him to share the link and be quiet.
Yeah, but no, I didn't see that coming. A rested T-Wolves team, I thought they would really well, to their credit, they first half they really had them down, but you could tell, OKC was feeling their way, and they was upset because Shea getting the foul calls. That was happening early, but maybe
gonna get those though. He's
really gonna get them now. He got that. He getting that trophy. It's over. But maybe I think things turned. Two things that I took away: Ant-Man's injury, and notice even though he came back, he wasn't attacking the paint anymore, so it could have been bothering him. And man, in the second half, they forgot Julius Randle was cooking.
But I don't blame that on the team though. Julius Randle, the way that he was requesting the ball early in the first half, he wasn't quite doing that in the second half. And I think that once that OKC felt like Ant-Man was injured a little bit, they didn't have to zero in on him as much. And let's call it what it is. OKC did what they were supposed to do at home. But I thought it would be a little closer. And I was pulling for an upset. I told this guy I was pulling for an upset.
Let's just call it how it is. Oklahoma City didn't do no shots in the first half.
You got to see how he's sitting, Jack.
Please don't put him on camera. Sitting crazy.
He got his legs crossed.
Goodness gracious. Yo, but here's what's crazy. When I was looking at it, I was like, they are such a fast team. Like J-Dub got some breakaways, and they were just like the energy they got. And I thought if this was the game for the Timberwolves to get, I thought this was the one that still went at home. Maybe a little bit tougher next game, after Ant-Man's really, we don't know how hurt he is. We just shout out to him. He is going to be playing.
Yeah, and one thing about OKC, Jack, is defensively, man, like they
have no weak links.
They have no weak
links.
Jack, they all play great defense together collectively.
I have never seen a team where everybody's a great defensive player. All of them. Usually, there's always a weak. You can look at. You can go. Iverson got steals, but he wasn't sticking his man.
Right.
Russell Westbrook the same way. Not on ball defenders. So you gotta you could pick on Curry or Kyrie, but everybody you can't signal out anybody. Shea can guard, Dort can guard anybody, and you don't want Caruso. I call him he's the B dub of OKC with that head. Caruso.
He couldn't wait to hear that.
Caruso comes in the game, and it's a game changer.
Because he can guard 1 through 5.
Yep.
I mean, who knew that he could guard 1 through 5 like that?
In Chicago,
He is not afraid. He is not afraid. And you know who's sick watching that? Rob Pelinka.
Why you let him go?
You can't. Those kind of players, man, they're hard to find, man. And they got 2 of them with him and Dort. So, and you know what? Another thing, they're shooting too many threes, Minnesota.
Yeah, they live and die by it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, and I was like, man, they missed like 49 of them or something like that. It's like they like the Celtics.
Well, in the first half, Julius Randle was hitting. What do you have? 4 threes in the first half?
He was on fire. But I think Ant-Man didn't hit a lot of them, and DiVincenzo had a bad game. Nas Reed had 2 points, so I think that stuff will change. So we'll probably see a closer game. But I thought this was the one to get because they had so much rest, and they came out of a brutal 7-game series.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Jack.
Yeah.
Let's slide over to the East where the game is currently on. You're probably right there near the TV, Jack. What's the current score? The Pacers versus Knicks.
22-18 Pacers.
Pacers are up.
Yeah, and there's the Pacers are they're like a they don't have the superstar. I think Halliburton's a star, but they're like the OKC in that way. So many different players on that team, man.
And you figure what Halliburton's 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah, so you can't put Brunson on him, and you know they present way more matchup problems than you think because you would think like a guy, even though Mitchell's athletic, Halliburton see right over him. Halliburton see right over Garland, and we don't take into account how tall that cat is.
Yeah, and the thing about the Pacers is they kind of remind you of the old school Pacers because Reggie Miller obviously was the star of that team, but Reggie Miller's not giving you 50 a night. No, I mean, here and there he may, but Reggie Miller's probably going to give you maybe 23, 24 points.
Yep.
I think that they're very similar with the work. What was it? The Davis brothers back then.
I love those guys.
Man, they are very reminiscent.
I remember all them cats. How about this name? LaSalle Thompson. Was Derek McKee? Derek McKee back in the day.
6'9",
Derek McKee was like ahead of it. He's like Lamar Odom. He just came at the wrong time for tall point forwards. Well, that's a great point, man. They play just like them, man. Just like them and Halliburton, just like Reggie Miller, wants all the smoke.
Man, that is going to be a heck of a matchup, Jack. When it's all said and done, who wins that series? You don't look at the score and try to base your decision after that.
I keep thinking the Pacers, man. I don't know why. The one thing I think if it goes a long series, I think this is the series that's problematic for the Knicks because they don't play a lot of guys, and I just can't see them guys keeping up for 7 games with them. And Brunson, we're gonna have to play out of his mind. And you don't want him to play out of his mind. You want him to be great, but I trust him way more than I trust Cat.
See, I think this is a series that Cat is ready to officially get over the hump, Jack. He hears the talks that everybody's saying, Jack, and I think Brunson is going to be what we think he's going to be. I think Brunson is going to have a great series.
Put that down.
And they are going to get to the finals for the first time in 1979, I believe it is.
Yeah. They got there when they get there. Remember they lost to the
73. Yeah, you're right. 73.
No, they won it in 73. Remember they lost to the Spurs.
To the Spurs,
99.
And
then they lost to Hakeem. And they blew the series against the Rockets because he should have sat John Starks down, who couldn't make a shot, and put Rolando Blackman in. I never forget that. Knicks in 6.
Duber said Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. Pat Ewing. don't
Sweating at the foul line like Pat Ewing.
Yeah. I went to games as a Knicks fan. They had Strickland. They traded him. Ever since then, I hated him. I think I'm in the same boat as Nature back in the day when he said that. But you know what's funny? All these Golden State fans now they got a new team. We love Brunson now. Knicks and 6. Get out of here.
But listen, Jack, there is nothing like the energy and
my God.
In the Garden. The Garden is just like in LA, Jack. The stars are out in New York, Jack. It's fun to see the Knicks be good again.
I love it, man, and I want them to keep it up. I wanted to get back to when we were kids, when all the teams in the area were competitive.
Right.
Sixers, Knicks.
The Atlantic Division when we were kids was tough.
Oh man, listen, man, even the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That Atlantic Division, man, everybody winning 50-some games. So I want to, and we got a chance. Sixers got to hold their end of the bargain, but I love the Knicks, and I still think the Knicks. They are because some one thing that bothers me about Cat, dumb fouls. He loves fouling people, and Miles Turner is an outside guy. That gives me pause against him. But I still think if they if OG can play great,
I think he's going to have a good series. Him against Siakam is going to have to be. I think it may come down who wins that matchup. You know what I mean? Throughout the series, both of those. If Siakam ball and Pacers win the series, I hear you, Catch.
That's right. If Siakam has a great series, it's tough. They're gonna be tough to beat. Listen, they'll be tough for any of the OKC men if Siakam is playing great. Because people forget he's another 6'10" guy out there. And Halliburton has no issue distributing the ball.
They're unselfish as a team. They don't care who scores the points. They just want to win, Jack. And I think that's the kind of they're similar to OKC in that way. I mean, Shea is going to, take the majority of the shots and get to the line, but on any given night, whoever's hot for OKC as well. But I think with Minnesota, you kind of depend on Ant-Man to be Ant-Man. You hope that Julius Randle continue to have a good playoff series, but they're a little bit different than OKC and the Pacers.
And to your point, I think Randle and Ant-Man got to get 60. It told you last night, like if they're not, they don't get 60, they're gonna get the doors blown off. And
you need some of those other guys to step up too, though. Not having a good game.
He got to do better. Yeah. And my boy
DiVincenzo hasn't had a good playoff. 2025 playoffs in general. He's been
squeaking by, man. By, man. Maybe he need to get back on that commercial and get back to the Knicks and figure it out. I don't know what's going on. But you know who else played terribly? What's my man? He's 6'10", always the defensive stopper.
McDaniels.
Is it McDaniels?
What's his name? 6'10".
You found out Shea got him right out the game, man. He was so frustrated, man. Got him right out of there. So he's got to play better.
Yeah. That's going to be both series is going to be fun to watch, though, Jack.
Yeah,
both of them, Jack. So we will be tuned in to watch both of these series, Jack. It's going to be a good one, Jack.
And one more thing for me, man. What's a great story? The Alexander boys playing in the conference.
Yeah, first
phenomenal story, man. Phenomenal story, man. And really grow up and be tight like that and find yourself in the playoffs. And he watched him win the MVP today. Oh, that's an incredible story.
Listen, I'm going at Cuss.
Oh, you know that.
They've been doing it all their lives.
Who you go at the hardest when you play against?
Dog, right.
The family. Oh, my God.
Absolutely. They are going to go at it, Jack. That's fun to watch.
They're going to wind up fighting. Somebody's mama going to come from the stand.
Yo, I saw today that they said when the matchup was decided, they said, I can't remember if the mom texted dad. I guess that's who, I guess SGA's mom?
SGA's dad and Nikhil's mom or brother.
Mom. He said the mom texted her brother and said, "Oh, it's war."
This war. Oh, look at Doover now he want to go. Oh, whatever.
Local
whatever.
Kid.
If he didn't went to the Sixers, you went and went for him. Another mistake the Sixers made. Another big mistake the Sixers made. not keeping
How
bridges.
you trade a local kid on draft night? His mama worked for the organization.
Yo, he went to Malvern Prep.
He went to
Great Valley. Yeah, Great Valley. I mean, Great Valley. It was funny. I was his bus driver a couple times.
What are the odds of that? I just found out today that he originally lived. Yeah. He originally went to. He was in TE.
Yes, it was all up. Yeah,
I just found that out today.
He's a Philly suburban mainline kid, and you trade him. And here's what's funny: they've been looking for that kind of player since they traded him. Oh, we need a two-way wing. We had him. So, but I always want to see him do well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, Jack. These Eastern Conference and the Western Conference Finals, Jack, are going to be fun to watch, Jack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now you know what time it is, Jack. It's time for my favorite segment of the week. That's a Fact Jack Stat of the Week.
Yes,
you ready for this one, Jack? Let's talk NBA Finals, Jack. So for the first time in NBA history, Jack, in a 7-year span, we're going to have 7 different champions. Yeah, with this crazy, year, man. With the Knicks and the Thunder, the Knicks and the Wolves, it's going to be a different champion 7 years in a row, Jack. The Thunder's franchise, not necessarily the Thunder, because we know they moved to OKC later on, but their franchise hasn't won since 1979. Knicks since 1973, like we said. Wolves have never won a title, and the Pacers have never won a title, Jack. So this is going to be the first time that one of these teams, if it's the Thunder or the Knicks, going to be the first time since 1973 or 1979.
Here's what's crazy, man. Like, and Timberwolves never even been there,
right?
To the final to be their first time, and that CBA has changed the game because you can't keep the teams together and all the aprons. We're gonna watch how Boston got to let folks go, and they just gonna be taxes and all that complicated stuff. But so when we were growing up, I probably can name all the champions for the first 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the 80s, it's either the Sixers got one. And the Celtics and the Lakers got the rest. Detroit got 2.
But I'll tell you one thing. From watching the Celtics City series, I didn't realize that the Supersonics were there. But they were talking about when the right before Bird and Magic got into the NBA that the Supersonics. They said you probably didn't even see it. Most people don't even know that they won it because the NBA was so unpopular then.
Nobody tape delay like Supersonic 79, the Bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Bullets, that probably happened under the cloak of darkness. Their fans don't even know they got championship. But that's
right.
You got we know Zeke got 2, Jordan wins 3, Hakeem get 2, Jordan get 3 more, Lakers come. No, it's like we know the teams that win. And this is an era where we don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah,
the only way to get Bomani Jones said this is probably the end of dynasties. The only one, OKC is probably the only team that can have a dynasty because they have the best executive running the show, Presti. All those picks, they develop people, buddy, and they're doing the complete opposite of what we was taught in Philly. We were just tanking, trying to get a pick. They was having strategies, developing players, and they found the MVP.
What are the odds of that, Jack? You talk about an unlikely. I mean, the last couple of MVPs, if we're being honest, the most unlikely MVPs. If we're talking about Giannis, I mean, remember when Giannis came into the league? He was the skinny kid from Greece.
In a million years.
Joker, he got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
In a million years, never.
SGA was a throw-in. For the trade with Paul George when he was originally on the Clippers.
He was supposed to be good. Not like this. Not like this. And I was like, he wasn't for sure. That's why, it's so hard to judge, the for sure guys, the Shaqs, the Tim Duncans, those number
LeBrons,
Kobe's. When they get drafted in that number 1 slot, if they're not in there, superstar.
Absolutely.
But you got to realize just how rare that is. Even Jordan doesn't go first in his own draft. Well,
right.
Elijah was a great pick. But
Absolutely.
number two, that's a shame how that worked out for Sam Bowie. You heard what
He said,
Jay-Z.
y'all do the same Bowie. And with your third pick,
This is one of my favorite whole verses right there.
I made the earth sick.
Yes, sir. MJ fade away. Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
But this, man. So those things, sometimes you just don't know, man. You just never know how it's gonna turn out. Yeah,
Absolutely,
man. But
Jack.
7 different champions. Who's that? That goes back to probably
That's the you got the Bucks, you got the Lakers, you got
Lakers,
the Boston,
Austin, Golden State. I went in there.
Denver.
Oh, missing someone.
I got
17.
7 teams. 7 teams.
Crazy was that.
7 teams. It is, yeah. So
Toronto. It probably started with Toronto.
It started with Toronto.
That's what started. Yeah. Probably started with Toronto. Like I didn't see, they just, injuries just helped them right along, man. Hey, you know what, man? I wish the injuries will reverse against us. I'll take that chip. I'll take any chip they want to give us.
Listen, and for all those people who didn't win in the bubble that talk about the bubble didn't count.
Buddy,
you would have took it if you would have won.
Man, listen, nobody won it till you got put out. And we forget Joker got the Clippers out of there in the bubble. Remember they came in through. That's what I knew. When I saw him that series, I said, I'm out.
That white Murray really became Murray too. Remember that shot that he had in the bubble?
Him and Donovan Mitchell. That's when I first noticed both of them. And here's what's crazy. Well, this may be a little hot take. Was that the best of Murray? Did he peak too soon?
I mean, I think the year that they won the finals was good, but
Murray
in the bubble, I thought he was top 5.
I was 10. Like, I said the next year, I don't know who's gonna beat them.
Never been an all-star, Jack. He's never been an all-star.
Nah, man, it's funny. He never his regular season. Like you put him like he's always gonna be behind Shea and Steph
Mitchell. I mean, you can.
And man, you don't think he just turned up. You know what? He plays his best against the Lakers. If he ain't playing the Lakers. The Lakers.
And we're digressing, but even in the Olympics, he didn't play up to his potential to me.
Invisible and quiet as kept was like the reason they didn't win. He played terrible in the Olympics. That's a great observation. Terrible, man.
Yeah, Jack. So and just like that, Jack, that is it for episode 22, Jack.
Oh, what a blessing, what a blessing. I'm finally prepared with some shout outs today. I got like 9 of them. Well, we probably got the same word for this. We want to shout out Acutez, Ed Tez, celebrating his 40th, had a great elite shindig. He's some of my best work. I raised him to be the man he is today. You're welcome. And I want to give a shout out to Chris Haynes of the NBA's reporter. I interviewed him today. He's working with the Big 3, and he was we're doing some stuff for him at BET, and he told me, man, he was like 29 years old, working for free at the Slam magazine and the internship, working a security job, covering the league at night, and did that for a year, and they hired him, and he took off from there. I was like 29, went back to school. Such a phenomenal story, man. He said, man, don't ever think you don't have enough experience. You should get to work at it. I was like, absolutely. I needed to hear that one today. And I want to give another shout out to the executive producer, Brandi, who left straight from a performance and helped us out today.
Hardest woman in show business, hardest working woman in show business. The Brit.
Most definitely. So I wanted to give those shout outs.
Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. Good shout outs, Jack. I guess I'm shouting out B-Dub for dropping off the vittles. Dropping off the vittles for me and Mrs. Carter. But my main shout out today is you, good brother. We would be remiss to not mention on Politics as Usual, our very own got a new gig just recently at BET. What is your official title, Jack? Tell the people your official title.
Digital sports editor. So not only doing a little bit of writing, not as much writing, thankfully, but developing some series, working on expanding the content and getting some sports back up on there on the site and all that good stuff, man. I appreciate it, good brother.
Absolutely. And for those that are listening, I didn't say EBT. I said BET.
Heart attack.
This brother is on BET, Jack. So shout out to you, brother. Congratulations. Job well done, Jack. That's major, Jack.
I appreciate it, man. We're gonna get this powder in there some way, somehow. I'm pitching it to him on the 27th. Prayers up.
Burn some sage or something for us, good people. Burn some sage. So before we get out of here, Jack, we need everybody watching today, later, or whenever you watch to head
especially
on
B-Dub.
Especially B-Dub, to head over to K3T.shop. Head on over there to the good folks at K3Ts.shop and search that politics as usual merch.
Look at
that merch there. We got some t-shirts and we got
wait a minute. I'm going to Toronto for the weekend with no merch.
I apologize. Blame it on the rain.
Yo, here's the secret. I play them all the time. I play them all the time. I love them. I can't help it.
Yeah. So head on over there. I apologize, brother. I got you. You know when I remembered that I didn't grab it? I was on 202 halfway down the highway. I said, "You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me!"
I'll be rocking that black tee tomorrow, though. When I
absolutely.
Make sure they know what's going on across the border.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But yo, make something smart.
I don't have anything. I was going to put you on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Oh, don't smoke in bed.
Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. So it's just a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back.